Hey, what's up, guys? Just was gonna do a quick review on the Daredevil trailer, but before I do that, I was gonna go over the comic book character. I did a little research because I don't really know a lot about Daredevil, so I did a little bit of research, found out a little bit of comic book information about him, and then I was gonna go over the trailer. Now, Netflix has teamed with Marvel, and they're gonna do three series. It's going to be Daredevil, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist. Luke Cage and Iron Fist will come later. Daredevil is going to be premiering April 10th of this year. All the episodes for the first season. I guess it's going to be kind of like Orange is the New Black, since it's, a Netflix original. But regardless, Daredevil is Matt Murdock. He lives in Hell's Kitchen, New York. He is a respected attorney. He is held up pretty high by the New Yorkers. He knows a lot about the law. So he was blinded by a radioactive substance from an oncoming vehicle. And this radioactive substance made all his other senses higher than a normal human. Now, his dad, Jack Murdock, took care of him, cared for him while he was growing up. And his dad was a boxer, but he was killed by some gangsters for not throwing a fight, because he wouldn't throw a fight. I guess that means he wouldn't lose on purpose or something. I'm not really familiar with boxing lingo, but regardless, Matt seeks revenge for his father's death as Daredevil. Now, his first costume was yellow and dark red, and then later it just became all dark red. Daredevil fights crime. He also has a lot of enemies, such as Bullseye and Kingpin. Those are two big ones. He's also nicknamed Man Without Fear. Although Daredevil is blind, all its other senses are higher than us. They have high levels of superhuman accuracy. So this gives him the abilities far beyond that of just someone with, sight, someone like us, normal folks. Only few people know that Daredevil's blind. He's developed radar sense, which is kind of like echolocation. Some of his abilities is he's got super hearing, which he could hear like the Hulk's heartbeat 4 blocks away, or he could use it for lie detection purposes, such as, to find if your heart rate is speeding up, if you're lying or whatever. Also, he's got super sensitive touch, which he can run his hand over a paper with ink on it and read. Some say that the ink has to be raised, others say it doesn't, so, whatever. But it is said that if the page is laminated, he can't read it because he can't touch the ink, so don't give him any of that. But he can be immobilized if he's bombarded with sound, like it'll hurt him and, of course, disorient him. Along with all the other superhuman abilities he has, he is a master martial artist, and he is a master at hand-to-hand combat, so he can totally kick your ass. Now, he has a weapon, which he designed himself. It's a billy club. It contains 30 feet of aircraft control cable. Where the hell he gets that, I don't know. That's just beyond me. But regardless, it's the 30 foot of cable is connected to a hardened steel grapnel. And it has a spring within this that'll shoot the grapnel, I guess, if he needs to get up a building or scale a building or some shit like that. The handle can be straightened so he can throw it and hit people. And it can also split into two parts. One part which is a fighting baton, and the other one which ends in a curved hook. So, he can totally kick your ass if you get out of line. That's what he's doing with the crooks. So the Daredevil trailer starts out with Matt. He's walking into a church, and he asks for forgiveness. Then you see him possibly seeing how he sees, because he's blind. But like with his super hearing and everything, it kind of shows like a little panorama, somewhat of like people just walking down the streets in New York or whatever. And Then you see some kind of gun marketing going on, maybe with some gangsters and some guns. Then you see some drugs being made. There's like a bunch of packages, looks like drugs. Then you see a blonde chick, some random guy. You see a lady kneeling over a rather bloody dude. He's dead, of course. And then some older guy. Now, all of four of those may be reference to something that happened in the comics that I don't know because I didn't read Daredevil. But maybe that's something that somebody else can relate to that is a big Daredevil fan. Then you see possibly Kingpin. Now, I know Kingpin. He's been in other comics. He's just a big white guy. He's bald-headed. That's what you see. You see a tall, bald, white guy just from the back. You don't really see his face. Then the priest tells Matt, perhaps this would be easier if you told me what you've done. Then you see Daredevil in this like black kind of costume, and you possibly hear how he hears. Then you see him walking in the black costume, and he says he's talking to the priest again back in the church, and he says that he's not seeking forgiveness for what he's done, but what he's asking for forgiveness for what he's about to do. Then you see him fighting. You see him jumping on this trailer, in between them, and some guy shooting at him. And then you possibly see him, I don't know if it's him, somebody gets thrown out of a window. I don't know if he actually does it, but somebody gets thrown out of a window and they're laying down there on top of a car, and he, is looking down on it, breathing very heavily, like he's been in some kind of, fighting activity perhaps. So we'll find out a lot whenever the TV show comes out. It looks really good. There's a couple of questions raised. I mean, are they going to bring in Bullseye? Is that Kingpin that we see? Is that old guy? He may be a villain. I don't really know. So, also as well with his costume, it's black. So, in the beginning, like I said, it was either yellow and dark red or just all dark red. So, it's going to be interesting to see what they do with this. Maybe it'll give me and others that don't have a lot of insight on Daredevil, give them some insight on the character. So, that's just really what I think. If you have any comments, hit me up in the comments. If you like the video, give the like button a click. If you want to see more videos from me, hit subscribe. Also, share this with some friends, maybe that's into comic books. Maybe they'll like it as well. But anyways, this is Doctor signing out. Peace.